Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Firdaus Farihin bin Mazlan from 80220 4D. So today I want to present about my topic is emotional intelligence for Dr Zulkepfli and for the subject MGT430. Alright, so what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence, or EI or EQ, is the ability to perceive, interpret, demonstrate, control, evaluate, and use emotion to communicate with and relate to others effectively and constructively. This ability to express and control emotion is essential, but so is the ability to understand, interpret, and respond to the emotion of others. Some experts suggest that emotional intelligence is more important than IQ for success in life. So EI in the workplace begin from the inside out with each individual. It involves recognizing various aspect of your feelings and emotion and taking the time to work on the elements of self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skill. Alright, so next is some key sign and example of emotional intelligence include. For the first is an ability to identify and describe what people are feeling. So if we at the workplace, we can identify for people and describe what the feeling for the people. Next is an awareness of personal strength and limitation. And the third is self-confidence and self-acceptance. So in the workplace, we need to confident to make any works and others for it bring us to strong. And next is the ability to let go of mistake. Next is an ability to accept and embrace charge. And next, a strong sense of curiosity, particularly about other people. Also, feeling and empathy of concern for others. So we need to have some feelings for go to work, and need to show sensitivity to the feelings for other people. And then we must to accepting a responsibility for mistake. So we cannot go to us and have include all is true. And next is the ability to manage emotion in difficult situation. Alright, for the next slide is how emotional intelligence is important. First is greater motivation among staff to understand their own emotion and those of their colleagues. Next, healthy communication that produce common goals across this business. So we need to communication for tell some info or news or although like the word. And next is the workforce having a positive outlook when it comes to the job at hand. Next, positive relationship and deep connection between employees. So the boss and the employees need to a good communication for a healthy company. Flexibility. High EI means employee can respond to the change effectively and handle any additional stress it brings. Improve efficiency with empathy, staff making a decision based on what is the best everyone involved. So a career progression, staff with a high EI are likely to excel in a leadership position. Alright, so next is the impact of emotional intelligence to company. First, we need to thinking before reacting. So in this, it means we need to think before we start some activities, like how their feelings, how their mood, what about their day, like maybe they have some problems at work, at the house, about their family. So we need to take this responsibility for reacting the emotional. The next is greater self-awareness. So that's mean we need to we need to talk to others or employees to tell some our problems to our friend. Also we need to tell to our boss about our problems, so it can reduce some emotion in our mind. And next is empathy for others. So as a friend, we need to give some sympathies to our friend for to give some spirit to go through for the day, or we need to give some advice for our friend who else got some problems. So for that, we can get their emotion to be greater and happy. Alright, for the conclusion, EI is no doubt seems to be the missing link that would lead to success on a personal level as well as success in the workplace. No one wants to be around a person who cannot quiet grasp to extent of his strengths and weakness. More to this, as much as people admire a skillful person, they detest such a person if he or she cannot pass on the skills to others, or better still, a person who is patient with people who are not equally gifted. As the different authors covered in this essay agree, emotional intelligence is indeed to the bedrock of better relationship. Once a person understands him or herself, is able to know the limits of what he or she can do. More to this, he is able to respect others for what they can do. People with high EI are therefore easier to cope with. They are more willing to change and adapt to the new environment and are more empathic to others people cause. In an organizational setting, high EI people are relied upon as moderators and people who are capable of fostering a good working relationship based on understanding. They also able to foster harmony, continuity, and stability. So that's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.